Hello everyone, Gebatron here. Update 11 saw the introduction of half-tracks to all factions in the game. Half-tracks are armored personnel carriers. Here we'll cover all there is to know about the mechanics behind these unique vehicles. The US gets the M3 half-track. The Soviets get a Lend-Lease M3. And the Germans get the Sonderkraft Fahrzeug 251, which translates to Special Purpose Vehicle or Special Purpose Motor Vehicle. Half-tracks are not default vehicles, meaning they are only available through commander orders. They cost 300 fuel and have a 5-minute cooldown. You are only allowed to have 3 on the map at one time, and they do count towards your overall 12 vehicle limit. You do not get any XP for calling these in. Check this video here to learn more about the changes to commander orders that were made in Update 11. Every role is able to operate half-tracks, including armor crews and recon. They can hold 7 passengers, plus the driver, for a total of 8 soldiers. Simply approach and hold F to enter, then hold E to start the engine. Hold E again to stop the engine. Use the standard WSAD keys to drive and steer. They are a little floaty, so it's easy to oversteer in them, but you'll soon get the hang of it. No need to shift as they have automatic transmissions. The M3 can reach a top speed of 34 kilometers per hour, while the German half-track can get up to 39 kilometers per hour. And of course, while in the driver's seat, you can click the left mouse button to honk the horn. Please use this sparingly. Unlike the other vehicles, half-tracks do not automatically destroy themselves after 10 minutes of inactivity. Half-tracks will stay on the map the entire match, whether occupied or not. Half-tracks also act as mobile spawn points. They are their own asset, and even though it says garrison here, I try not to think of them as garrisons, as the normal rules that apply to garrisons do not apply to half-tracks, such as they have a longer spawn timer at 60 seconds versus the garrison's 40 seconds. You are allowed to set these up within 200 meters of another garrison and within 200 meters of each other. They do not require supplies in any way. They do not count against your 8 garrison limit. Check the video at the top right to learn more about garrison mechanics. How do we deploy half-tracks as garrisons then? When the engine is off, the half-track is deployed as seen here. When the engine is turned on, this will read, "Good to deploy, stop the engine." It is not a spawn point when the engine is on. Half-tracks can be deployed anywhere in friendly territory, anywhere in neutral territory, and anywhere in unlocked enemy territory. You can drive them into locked enemy territory and shut the engine off, but you will be unable to spawn on them here, getting this message as soon as you enter locked enemy territory. We'll talk more about this in a different video. Now let's talk about their indicators. Unlike garrisons, the indicators for the half-tracks work the same no matter what kind of territory they are in. The indicator shows up when an enemy is 50 meters or closer. Locking is a different story. I stood on top of the half-track and had Fairing Tail approach, and it locks up when she is at 12 meters or closer, but if I'm standing at the front of the half-track, it's actually closer to 5 meters when it locks up. I had her approach from the side though, and it locks up at this angle when she is at 10 meters. So I think just to cover our bases, we will have to say that the half-track will lock up if an enemy is 12 meters or closer, depending on approach angle. My guess is that it's actually coded at 10 meters though, so I guess I don't know what to tell you. What do you think it is? I think I'll be telling people it's 12 meters when they ask in-game. Moving on to protection. Half-tracks protect the driver and the front passenger from small arms fire, even though there are vision slits here, and I did test this on the M3 half-track as well. You're even protected from the Soviet PTRS-41 anti-tank rifle. The rear passengers are more protected than they would be in a transport truck, as the majority of their bodies are covered up, but the tops of their heads are still visible and vulnerable, especially if the enemy has a height advantage, not to mention grenades or rockets. That being said, you can climb in these to get some cover in a firefight, but you cannot set up an MG in it as it just gives you the enter command. How do we destroy them? Funny enough, a strafing run will not do any damage to the half-track itself, but it is capable of killing any occupants, including the driver and front passenger, so that's interesting. Bombing runs destroy them. A single AT mine will destroy them. Satchels destroy them when placed directly on them, or even near them. Here I placed it at 5 meters away and it still destroyed the half-track. One rocket will do the trick to either the front or the back. AT guns destroy them. A PTRS anti-tank rifle will destroy it with 6 shots, at least to the direct front. I got some interesting results when testing artillery. Arty does not seem to actually damage the half-track at all, even when a direct hit is scored. Here the shell lands directly on me in the driver's seat and it does kill me, but when I spawn back in and check, you'll see the half-track hasn't taken any damage. You receive 100 combat score for destroying a half-track, and they are not affected by friendly fire. There is currently a bug, or what I assume is a bug, as you are able to hear your friendly radio when a half-track is deployed, but you are not able to hear the enemies. Like I said, I'm sure this is an oversight and expected to be fixed whenever this update is patched. I tested at what distance I was able to hear the radio, and I got similar results as to the ones in the video at the top right hand corner. You can hear the radio at about 30 meters or even a little further, so I assume it will be the same for the enemy half-track when this bug is fixed. Here are some quick comparison shots. The US M3 on the left and the German half-track on the right. Here the Soviet M3 is on the left and the German half-track on the right. Which one is your favorite? So there are all the mechanics behind how the half-tracks work. Stay tuned as I am currently working on a half-track tactics video where we will talk about how these can be used successfully on the battlefield. Did I miss anything? What do you think of the half-tracks so far? Let us know in the comments. Please remember to subscribe and do all the things that help the algorithm. Check the description for links on how to support the channel, as well as a link to the Glow's Hell Let Loose gaming community, of which I am also a part of. We'd love to see you in there. As always, I really do appreciate all the support. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the upcoming half-track tactics video.